Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of the chapters Testing of Hypothesis. In the previous part, we have solved two problems related to testing of hypothesis using the table, and here is the table from where we select the suitable statistic. Now we consider one more example. It is example number 3, and it gives from a sample of 200 spare parts of a certain machine, 18 are not up to the quality declared. The producer declares that at least 95% of the products are qualitative. Test the consistency of the statement at 5% level, given this data. Okay, this is the question. Now, to solve this problem, we first assume that let small p be the probability of obtaining a defective spare parts from the population of the spare parts. And we know that this is the problem of the test of proportion. So the population is nothing but the binomial distribution, and we assume the null hypothesis that it is given that at least 95% of the products are of qualitative. That means the producer claims that at most 5% products are defective. So here we find the null hypothesis p by 0.05. So that is 5% products are defective. Now we shall assume the alternative hypothesis by p equal to or p greater than 0.05. Now, as I have said that we shall select the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis in such a manner that these two are mutually exclusive. Now, the company claims that at most 5% products are defective. Now, if we want to prove the company wrong, then we have to prove that more than 5% products are defective. So here we assume that the alternative hypothesis p greater than 0.05. So this is nothing but a right tail test. So one tail test. Okay, next to write the given data, and it is given that out of these 200 products 5 are not up to the quality. So if u be the number of defective spare parts, then u equal to 18 and n equal to 200. Now we shall select the suitable statistic. The population is binomial and we have to test for one parameter p, that is the probability of obtaining a defective spare parts. Then the statistic is this one, suitable statistic z equal to u minus np by root over np into 1 minus p, where p is the probability of obtaining a defective spare parts. Here n is the number of spare parts or number of sample, u is the observed value from the sample. So if we use this statistic, then we write z equal to u minus np divided by root over np into 1 minus p. So it is standard normal distribution. So here we draw the graph of standard normal distribution, and you shall find the critical region. This is the rough sketch of standard normal distribution, and from the given data we have obtained this area. It is given that area between minus infinity and minus 1.645 is 0.05. So this area is 5% area, and we have to check the hypothesis at 5% significance level. So the critical region is 5% area and the remaining 95% area is non-critical region. But here we find that the area is given is from the left hand side, but from the alternative hypothesis we find that the problem is of right tail test. So we have to select this critical region from the right hand side, and due to symmetry we find that if area between minus infinity and this one is 0.05, then obviously the area between 1.645 and plus infinity is again 0.05, that is 5% area. So now actually this is the critical region. So what is the critical region? So here we write the critical region, it is 1.645 to plus infinity. So this is the critical region. Now next step is we have to compute the value of this test statistic, and it is z equal to u. U is the observed value, so 18 is the number of defective items, 18 minus np, n is 200 number of sample. What is the value of p? As far as the null hypothesis is concerned, it is 0.05, so 0.05 divided by 200 into 0.05 multiplied by 1 minus p, so it is 0.95. So if we do this calculation, we can find that this is equal to approximately 2.6. So value of this is approximately 2.6. So the computed value of z lies in the critical region. Here you see that 2.6 lies in the critical region. So 80 must be rejected. So we reject the null hypothesis. That means we accept the alternative hypothesis. So our conclusion will be that the statement is not consistent as far as 5% level of significance. That means the company claims that at least 95% of the products are qualitative. That statement is not true as far as 5% level of significance. That completes the solution. So we conclude that more than 5% products are defective with 5% level of significance. We move into the next problem. Next, example number 4. The question is the ratios of 3 chemicals in a product should be in that ratio 9:3:4. A sample of 160 units of the product has the chemicals with 102 units, 24 and 34 units respectively. Test at 5% level of significance if the proportions of the chemicals in the product are up to the mark. Okay, so this is the problem given. Now the population is not given, but we find that since the proportions are given, so this is a problem of test of proportions, and since there are more than 2 chemicals, so it is a problem of multinomial distribution. So here we assume that P1, P2, P3 be the proportions of the chemicals in the product. First of all, we assume the null hypothesis. So the null hypothesis is the actual proportions of the chemicals in the product, and we know that the ratio should be 9:3:4. So what are the proportions? We find that the proportion P1 should be 9 by 9 plus 3 plus 4, so 9 by 16. The proportion P2 should be 3 by 16 and P3 equal to 4 by 16. So this is the null hypothesis, and we assume the alternative hypothesis, write a not, a is not. That means this is not true. This is the alternative hypothesis. Next we write that there are n equal to 160 number of units, is the number of sample, or and with the chemicals 102, 24 and 34. So we write the observed value u1 as 102, u2 equal to 24 and u3 equal to 34. Next we shall select the suitable statistic, and since this is the problem of multinomial distribution, so from the table we find that there is only one statistic for the multinomial distribution. This is the chi-square distribution, and we have to test the parameters p1, p2 and p3 here, so 3 parameters. So we shall write the test statistic. It is chi-square equal to summation over I equal to 1 to 3, and it is ui minus npi whole square divided by npi, and it is of degrees of freedom 3 minus 1, that is 2. So actually ui, these are the observed value of the chemicals, and npi, these are the expected quantities or expected units of the chemicals in the product. So this is the observed quantity and the expected quantity. Next, we draw the sketch of this chi-square distribution to find the critical region. This is a very rough sketch of this chi-square distribution, and from the given data I found that area between 5.99 and plus infinity is 0.05, so 5% area for 2 degrees of freedom. And we have to test the hypothesis at 5% level of significance, so 5% should be the critical region and the remaining 95% is a non-critical region. So since we know that in case of this multinomial distribution, it is only right tail test, so this is the critical region. So 5 point CR critical region is 5.99 to plus infinity. So this is the critical region. Okay, next we have to compute the value of this test statistic, and here we find that this should be equal to, first of all, suppose u1, what is the value of u1? It is 102 minus npi. Now n is 160 multiplied by pi, so what is the value of p1? P1 is 9 by 16 divided by, so it is whole square, divided by 160 into 9 by 16 plus u2 is 24 minus 160 into p2 is 3 by 16 its whole square divided by 160 into 3 by 16, and similarly for the third one, so it is 34 u3 minus expected frequency 160 into 4 by 16 whole square divided by 160 into 4 by 16. So after simplification, this value is 3.7. So this is the value of this test statistic, and we find that this value lies in the non-critical region 3.7. So we have to accept H0. So H0 is accepted. So the hypothesis H0 is accepted at 5% level of significance. So our conclusion is that yes, the chemicals in the products are in correct ratio as far as 5% level of significance is concerned. So that completes the solution. Now one very similar type of problems that frequently occurs in testing of hypothesis, that suppose a dice is thrown 100 times and found that out of this 100 times 1 has occurred, 15 times 2 has occurred, 30 times 3 has occurred, 12 times, etc, etc, and it is asked that test whether the dice is correct, fair or not. So these type of problems can be solved by using this statistic. So it is a problem of multinomial distribution. So in that case, there are 6 parameters p1, p2, p3 up to p6 which represent the probability of getting 1, 2, 3 up to 6. So these type of problems can be solved similarly. We move into the next problem. This is example number 5. It is given that in random samples of 600 and 1000 men from 2 cities, 400 and 600 men are respectively found to be workers. Is it reasonable to believe at 5% significance level that the populations of the 2 cities are significantly different in percentage of workers? So we find that this is a problem of comparison, and that means there are more than one populations, and since this is a problem of proportion, that out of these 600 men 400 are workers, and out of this 1000 men 600 are workers, so this is a problem of proportion, and it is a problem of comparison of two proportion of two binomial distributions. So from the table we find that if the population has two binomial distributions, the test of proportion, we have to test p1 equal to p2, then we have to use this distribution of this statistic. So first of all, we write some notations. We shall use p1 and p2 by the proportion of workers from city 1 and city 2 respectively. So then we have to check the null hypothesis H0, that is given that, okay, what is the question? Is it reasonable to believe at 5% level that the populations of the 2 cities are significantly different in percentage of workers? So suppose we assume the null hypothesis that there are no difference as far as proportion of the workers in the city. So assume P1 equal to P2 as null hypothesis, and alternative hypothesis at as yes there is a difference, that is P1 not equal to P2. And you already know that the suitable statistic is z equal to u1 by n1 minus u2 by n2 divided by root over p into 1 minus p into multiplied by 1 by n1 1 by n2, where what is the value of p? P is nothing but u1 plus u2 by n1 plus n2. So it represents standard normal distribution. So here we draw the graph of standard normal distribution and we identify the critical region. This is a very rough sketch of standard normal distribution, and by the given area it is given that the area between 1.96 and plus infinity is 0.025, that means 2.5%, and the level of significance is 5%. So 5% area should be the critical region and the remaining 95% non-critical region. Now here is the 2.5% area, and since this is a two-tailed test, so we have to select another 2.5% area from the left hand side. So here due to symmetry it should be minus 1.96. so these are the critical region. So these two regions combinedly the critical region. So here we write the critical region is between minus infinity to minus 1.96 union 1.96 to plus infinity. Okay, next we compute the value of this test statistic. First of all we compute the value of p. What are the values of u1 and u2? So here we write u1 is the number of u1 is the observed value for the first sample. We find that out of 600 people 400, so this 400 is the value of u1. u2 is 600, and n1 and n2 are the number of samples. n1 is 600 and n2 is 1000. So these are the samples and these are the observed values. So if we put these values, we find that value of p is 10 by 16. So value of p is 10 by 16. So we can easily compute this value. u1 means 400 divided by 600 minus u2 is 600 divided by 1000 divided by root over p is 10 by 16 multiplied by 1 minus 6, 1 minus p is 6 by 16 into 1 by n1, that means 1 by 600 plus 1 by n2 is 1000. So if we do the calculation, we find that this is equal to approximately 2.67. So this is the value of the test statistic, and we find that the value of the z lies in the critical region. So value of z lies in the critical region, so H0 must be rejected. So H0 is rejected and H1 accepted. So our conclusion will be yes, there is a difference in terms of percentage between the two cities as far as 5% level of significance is concerned. We move into the next problem. We consider one more problem in this part, and the problem is given that independent samples of size 30 and 55 from two normal populations having a common variance 17.6 were found to have means 23 and 21.9 respectively. Test at 1% significance level whether the populations have the same mean. So this is a problem of comparison, and the two normal populations have been given. First of all, we write the data. The size of two samples are 30 and 55. It is given that the population is normal which has a common variance 17.6. So sigma square equal to 17.6. This is the common variance. and the two samples have found to have mean 23 and 21.9 respectively. So here we write x1 bar equal to 23 and x2 bar equal to 21.9. So these two are the sample means of the samples of size 30 and 55 respectively. This is the population variance. Okay, we have to check whether the populations have the same sample mean. We assume that mu1 and mu2 be the mean of the population. So we have to test the null hypothesis, that is mu1 equal to mu2, against the alternative hypothesis, that is mu1 not equal to mu2. So first we find the suitable test statistic, and from the table we find that if two normal populations are given and we have to check the two means mu1 and mu2, and if sigma is given, then we have to use this statistic. This is standard normal distribution. So we write this statistic. So we have written the test statistics, and next we shall draw the sketch of standard normal distribution to find the critical lesion. This is a very rough sketch of standard normal distribution, and from the given condition it is found that the area between 2.575 and plus infinitive is 0.005, that is half percent area or 0.5% area. And from the level of significance we find that 1% should be the critical lesion and remaining 99% non-critical lesion. So here is 0.5% region, and since this is two-tailed test, so we have to select another 0.5% critical lesion from the left hand side, and due to symmetry this should be minus 2.575. so these two are the critical lesions. So here we write the critical lesion as CR, and that is minus 2.575, sorry, minus infinity to minus 2.575 union 2.575 to plus infinity. So this is the critical lesion. Next we have to compute the value of this test statistic. So if we replace the values, it is 30, 55 divided by 30 plus 55 multiplied by x1 bar is 23.0, x2 bar is 21.9 divided by sigma is root over 17.6. So if we compute this calculation, and we shall ultimately find that this is equal to 1.155 approximately. Now the value of this computed data lies in the non-critical lesion, so we have to accept the null hypothesis. So H0 is accepted, and we can conclude that yes, the populations have the same mean with 1% level of significance. So that completes the solution, and that completes the part also. So in the fifth and final part we shall solve few more problems. Thanks for watching.